Namaste. Welcome to Leanne and my third week of our live stream offering. 30 minutes just to drop in and be together in whatever your day is holding for you. And I really hope that this sequence of these 3 weeks, which we sort of tried to space in a way that it sort of offered you a sequence that you can perhaps remember from here to go through that process of ground, stabilize, connect, and then from here we redirect as we navigate these very interesting times. So if you can't hear me, you can always just put a little signal in the chat box to the right. But other than that, what we're going to do is actually start lying on our backs. So make your way onto your mat and come and lie down on your backs, and that's where we're going to start. So if lying on your back isn't comfortable, feel free to put something under your knees. You want to have your legs separated, so make sure they're uncrossed, feet just gently apart, arms beside the body, palms facing up, and just let all of you relax for a few moments. So with this idea of connect being the theme of this week, what I'd love you to do is spend a few moments just on your back, going through that reconnection process of body and mind. We spend a lot of time in our minds. We have very cerebral lives. We have things to figure out logistically, analytically. We are, at the moment, especially spending a lot of time online. So, here's a chance to remember that we have an opportunity to get out of our heads, get back into our bodies, and through that reconnection, there's this huge amount of information that we have at our fingertips, literally, to check in where we are. So as you're lying there, take a few nice, big, deep, slow breaths. And just notice if there's any real obvious tension, and do what you need to do on your exhales just to let it go. Shake it off a little bit. If you need to wriggle or move, make sure you do. And then beyond tension, just notice if there's any obvious impressions or sensations on your body. Any aches and pains that you have, or signals of your body perhaps sitting in a different position, or any changes to your regular movement that you can feel. Then see if you can just come and bring your awareness simultaneously to the tips of your fingers, soles of your feet, and the crown of your head. So your eyes are closed, and just see if you can simultaneously bring some awareness to the tips of your fingers, the soles of your feet, and the crown of your head, like 5 pointed stars. So when you think of connection, making a connection, you might think of the link between point A and point B. That moment where you might connect the dots. where you might be able to conceptualize something, and in this instance where we might have a little glimpse or an inkling of where now we might sit, or where we might now be able to redirect ourselves amongst all this change, where we can make sense of it, where we can see the opportunity and the potential, even in the most difficult of circumstances. Even if it is just an opportunity to stop, collect ourselves, breathe, and get out of our heads, get out of our fears, and just remember where we're standing in this moment. So just taking about 3 more nice big deep breaths here on your back, a position that I think is so underrated as an actual posture, and not just shavasana, the bit where you lie down when you're exhausted, but actually just as a chance for you to feel where you're at. And then from here, you can just come and interlace the fingers and press the palms up above your head. Point your feet and just stretch yourself as long as you can. Keep stretching out your hands, and then flex your feet and push out your heels and just feel the back of the leg stretch. And then from there, you can release the hands, bend up the knees, lift the knees up towards the chest, just come and catch behind the knees and take a couple of little rock and rolls up and down your spine. Just do that little massage, just to your own degree, up and down the spine. Oh yeah. So from here, we're going to rock all the way up to our feet, and you're going to stretch your legs out in front of you, reach your arms up towards the sky, and just come and make your way into a forward fold, Paschimottanasana. So whether you touch your toes, whether you catch your ankles, your shins, your knees, whatever you find, what I'd like you to do is just take an inhale, and as if you were trying to hook your chin over your toes, which I've never seen done, by the way, so don't worry about making that a goal. But just try and reach your chin forward as if you're trying to hook them over your toes. Keep the length in your back, and then exhale, and then just point the crown of the head forward towards the top of your mat. Just take one more breath like that. Inhale, lift the chin, and then exhale, tilt the chin, and just point the crown of the head forward. Beautiful. And then from here, you can come and slide the hands back behind you. And this move again will bend up the knees, fingertips pointing towards your heels. Just come and lift up the hips. Drop the head back if you can. Push your hips up towards the ceiling. Take a nice big deep breath in. And then exhale, sit down. Cross your legs. Interlace the fingers once again. Press the palms up towards the ceiling. I'll spin around so I can face you. Press your palms up towards the ceiling, and we're going to take a little side bend over to the right. So reach the right fingertips out as far as you can. Flip your left palm down, and then just extend out those fingertips. And keep that left hip really low, and I want you to feel like what you're trying to do is stretch the left fingertips from the left hip. Make sure that right shoulder's nice and relaxed, elbows soft, and then see if you can reach a little bit further. Turn your head to look up underneath your elbow. Oh, so good for your lymph. And then from here, we're going to reach all the way up. We're going to twist around to the left, right hand to your left knee. Sit up nice and tall. Twist around as much as you can to look towards the back. And then turning your head to look back towards the front. And then interlace the fingers, press the palms up towards the sky again. And then we take our little side bend over to the left. So left fingertips reach out, right palm faces towards the ground, and you stretch. So try and stretch. Imagine you can feel that line, a point of connectivity from your fingertips, right fingertips to your right hip. Stretch that whole space there. Look up towards the ceiling. Look for the little sticky bits, the point where things in you feel a little stuck. or separated, or where they're just not quite working together at this point in time. And make the intention of every single movement is to find that harmonious interconnectivity in the way you can move, think, and act. And then come all the way on up. We find that little twist around to the other side. Left hand over to the right knee. Sit up tall. Twist around. Chin points down towards the shoulder. Take a big breath in there. Just explore how much room you've got to twist. And then release the head. Release the body. Swing the legs around. Come around onto all fours. Okay. Walk the hands a little further in front of the shoulders. And then from here, we're going to tuck the toes, lift the hips to the sky, and it'll be downward facing dog. Okay, so take a little bit of time in down dog. Give it a little bit of time just to feel where your body's at. If you've been sitting a bit like I have, in front of the computer like I have, this should feel pretty damn good. Okay. So the best way to sort of get that conceptualization, that connectivity together for all of us is to move through things like sun salutations, things that really get our body extending and get us thinking about, you know, our extremities. So from here, what you can do is just walk your hands back towards your feet. Just let the head drop, the head hang. From here, inhale, look up, reach wide, all the way up to the sky. Just a variation of your sun salutation. Exhale, catch the hands behind you, interlace the fingers, lengthen the arms back, open up the chest, and then exhale, soft knees, fold forward, knuckles over the back of the head. Now from here, we're going to inhale up to Utkatasana. Swing the arms forward, touch the floor as you go, drop the hips, reach the arms forward, Utkatasana. Then what we're going to do is turn Utkatasana into Divers pose. So take a big breath in, and then as you exhale, sweep the hands back, lift the heels, move the heart forward. Lower the heels, inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, palms together, fold forward. Inhale, move the hands forward, come back to plank pose. Kind of get the shoulders over the wrists and just feel aligned from the crown of your head to your heels. Take a big breath in there. Exhale, lower your right knee down. Here again, turn the heel flat. Inhale, reach the left arm up to the sky. And just like you did in that side bend, reach the left arm over the head. And this time, stretch your left fingertips all the way from your left foot. Look up towards the ceiling if you can. Take a nice big deep breath in. Exhale, left hand down, left knee down. 3 cat-cow. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, round the spine. 3 cat-cow. No rush. No rush. Just connect the dots in your body. And, you know, usually without meaning to, as we connect the dots in our body, what we also do is start to connect the dots in the mind. Inhale, back to neutral. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips. Walk the hands back to the back of the mat. Come and fold forward. Inhale, look up, reach wide, all the way up to the sky. Now reach as wide as you can, as tall as you can, and then exhale, catch the hands behind you, interlace the fingers, bust open the chest, soft knees, fold forward, knuckles over the back of the head. Inhale, Utkatasana, drop the hips, reach forward. I don't mind if feet are apart, just make sure knees and toes point in the same direction. Take a big breath in. Exhale, Divers pose, lift the heels, sweep the hands back, lift the heart. Good. Next inhale, back to Utkatasana, lower the heels, sit down deep. Exhale, hands together, fold forward. Inhale, back out to plank pose. Okay. Lower the left knee, turn the right foot flat, reach the right arm up. Reach over the head, big stretch down the right side of the body. Think Link your extremities. Right fingertip to the outside edge of your right foot. Left palm, and then feel the left knee and the left toes. Then from here, right hand down, right knee down. 3 rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, round the spine. 2 more rounds, just like that. And on your next inhale, come back to neutral. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, back to downward facing dog. Just let the head hang for a few moments. And then what we'll do is from here, we'll take a big step forward with the right foot. We'll turn the left heel in. Actually, we'll turn both toes in. So we'll turn a quarter turn to the left. And then from here, just come up to stand. So it's probably quite safe to bring the hands up to the hips, soft knees, come all the way on up to stand. Then from here, we'll turn the right toes out. So right toes point directly to that short edge of your mat. Now, I want you to make sure that that right knee is pointing the same line as those right toes. So feel the way the muscles have to hug around to make that happen, and sort of squeeze everything in. So sort of squeeze the femur bones right up into the hip joints. Arms reach wide. You probably know exactly where we're going. We're going to Trikonasana. Keep the hips fixed. Reach the body forward until you feel that little bit of a ping up that right hamstring. And then we're just going into Trikonasana. You don't have to make it your most fancy Trikonasana. We're just going into an asana for connectivity. Right hand comes to the right leg, left arm up towards the sky. Look up to the left fingertips if you can. Open your arms as wide as you can. And all you need to do is just spend 6 breaths just linking all of this together. Don't worry about it being fancy. Don't worry about it being your best expression. Just spend 6 breaths just feeling it. If you want to do something with that top arm, you go for it. Just feel your body join the dots. Don't let it be a checklist of what your teachers tell you. Let it be completely by feel. And then turn the left palm in the same direction as your head. Reach the left arm over the head. There's that big side stretch again. Take a big breath in. And then use that left hand as if you're grabbing hold of something. Pull the body up. Arms wide, right toes turn in, left toes turn out. And we go to the other side. So nothing crazy. So fix the hips. Squeeze the femur bones up into the hip sockets. Feel the support of the muscles. Shift the body. Shift it. Left hand slides down. Right arm opens up to the sky. I mean, make it short purely out of integrity. So if we're just thinking about that sequence, ground your feet, ground your legs, find your position, then work to stabilize. Then feel things start to connect. Give it some breath, give it some time, let things fit together. Let the arms get wider and longer. Let the legs get stronger and more bright and alive. One side might be very different to the other side. Reach the top arm over the head, big side stretch there. Take a big breath in. And I don't really care which way you're facing. Bring the hands down towards the ground. Step back, downward facing dog. Take a nice big deep breath in there. And then exhale once again. Walk the hands back towards the feet and just come and find yourself in your forward fold. This time you can just let the arms hang. You can catch the elbows. You can catch one arm behind your legs if you'd like. Give the head a little shake. Make sure the head's hanging really nice and heavy. All the parts of us are made to fit together. They're made to work harmoniously. So feel the way that when you have woken up that connectivity, how much more comfortable you feel with things now starting to work together a little better. From here, release your hands. Come and walk your hands out. Come and make your way down onto your hands and your knees. Now, if you can, sit back on your heels. Find your way to your feet on your heels. If that doesn't work for you, feel free to come around and sit on your seat, or if you need something to sit on, make sure you grab it. Now, we're going to do a little bit of, just a little bit of thymus gland tapping. I'm going to move a little bit closer so you can see what's happening. It's a little bit of thymus gland tapping. So tapping to activate the thymus gland that lives in the chest. Just if you find where your clavicle notches are, and then if you just slide down, you'll feel a little bit of a ridge. Just behind there lives this thymus gland, which is, you know, sort of the master control of your immune system. It has a huge impact on the health of your body. And so just using two of your fingers, or, you know, all of your fingers, just very gently start to tap just in place of that ridge. I see your thumbs up, Sandra. Just start to tap on that ridge. That's it. Close your eyes. It doesn't have to be very hard. What we're just doing is starting to send a little bit of a vibration over that space of the thymus gland. And it's not, you know, it doesn't hugely matter if you get exactly the right spot, because that vibration will be rippling sort of all over that whole area of the chest. So just tapping there. Your breath slow down. Feeling the neural pathways that have lit up just from minimal movement. You know, we haven't done much. It doesn't take much. Oh, only this little activation, this little balancing of the thymus gland, but that whole area of your chest, which sort of encompasses the center of your circulation, whether that's energetically, whether that's through your heart and your venous system, circulation of oxygen through your blood. Very, very gently, you can just let the tapping subside and slowly let the hands come to rest gently on your thighs, somewhere in your body. What we're going to do is a couple of rounds of very, very gentle Kapalabhati pranayama. Some of you might know it as the breath of fire, and some of you might know it as quite a strong kind of fiery breath. But what we're going to do for these last few minutes is use Kapalabhati as a gentle sort of little tap into a much quieter, more receptive place, one that's really open to being connected. So what you're going to do is, if you know Kapalabhati breath, you can just join straight in with me. If you're not sure, you might want to just watch and listen to the first round and then just join us into the second. But it's sort of like a little gentle blow, like you're blowing out a candle, but through your nose. And you can go as fast or as slow as you like, but it's just going to look and sound for this first round. We'll just do for a minute or so. Actually, not even a minute. It's probably like 30 seconds. Just a very gentle Kapalabhati breath through your nose, with the emphasis on the exhale. And then stop and let it go. And then just let yourself breathe naturally. For those of you guys that are new to this breath, every exhale, there's like a little pump or a contraction of your abdominal muscles. You're not doing this from the chest or the shoulders. You're doing it from the belly. So every time we do this little round of Kapalabhati breath, I just want you to think of it as expelling all the stuff that maybe blocks you or stops you from feeling connected and interconnected. After each round of Kapalabhati, feel like you can drop yourself into that space a little bit more deeply. So going for the second round. And stop. It's almost like after every round, there's just like a little bit more spaciousness for you to move into and to enjoy. The third round might be a lot softer, and you may not feel like you need to go for so long. So follow along if you like, but if you want to stop sooner, feel free just to stop and let yourself drop into that quieter space again. And let it go. Just giving yourself space. out of your head, a chance just to merge back in with that little part of yourself that knows, that understands, that recognizes the interconnectedness of everything within you and around you. And letting yourself pull some information from that place and taking it with you now into the rest of your day. If you feel like you can sit with this for longer, please feel free to stay. But otherwise, you can open your eyes and you can head out and you can enjoy the rest of your day. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget to join in with Leanne on Friday, and it will be 4:30 Sydney time and 2:30 WA time. Otherwise, we hope you find these videos helpful for many, many, many times to come. They'll be out there, resources for you to use, and hopefully we'll be offering you more. So thank you guys. Have a beautiful day.